Service has always been a big part of my life, especially when I was younger. That's when I started serving my community back home through my ministry. And so coming to Regis, it just allowed me to continue that journey. And a service trip is perfect to serve thy dear neighbor, just loving and caring for others.
It's important to me to serve my dear neighbor because I've felt like I've always done that in my life, because I feel like I always am that person that help other people.
At Regis, as a Catholic university, the Catholic pedagogy is to educate the whole person. So it's educating the person and having opportunities for growth intellectually, socially, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. They're all entree points into a student's education. And so that's what a service trip does in a way. It's learning outside the classroom.
Some of the projects we did in Puerto Rico consisted of the dog shelter, cleaning the beaches for the sea turtles, and just kind of getting to know the community and culture and helping those who need it the most.
We worked on this man Arturo's house, and we cleaned up his yard, we cleaned out his house, and then painted the whole inside and outside of the house. That was a really long day, but it was really great. I just learned to be a lot more grateful for what I have and for the people that I'm surrounded with.
The most impactful moment for me on the whole trip was one day when we were working on the farm. It kind of resembled my home country in Cape Verde. So I was looking around and I was taking it in and I was like, wow, like this is what it's like back home. And a lot of the work that was being done is similar to what those in my family has done. Like just being able to live just how they used to live, like made me feel connected to my own roots.
The prayer and reflections that we had every day was more so people can become more vulnerable with themselves and the group that we was with for that week. And it was eye-opening because a lot of people really opened up about themselves, about like problems they had or like issues they had. So reflections were a big part of our trip, so people can become more expressive for themselves and other people in the group.
Prayer and reflection was definitely my most favorite part of the day because during the morning time we would pick a person to observe, and just being able to venture out from who you know and get to know other people and later on tell them like, oh, you're so nice, or like your personality is this way, or I love how you did this. And it just makes you feel like you're connected to that person in a different way. There were a lot of different emotions on the trip, so we just wanted to make sure that everyone kind of expressed what they felt from beginning of the day to the end. It was definitely just eye-opening to see other people's perspectives.
We tell our students all the time that the values that we live by, we used to say the sisters' values, but now we say our values, that there's a lot of ways to live in the world. But we choose to be a community grounded in mission, guided by values. So that's the foundation and the focus of all we do in the Center for Ministry and Service, really across the campus. So immersion, kinds of experiences where their hearts and minds can be touched and changed and come back as a community to then share that meaning with the Regis community at large.
When I reflect on my experience in Puerto Rico, I feel happy because it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Like that type of social work and being that engaged with the community is definitely something I see myself doing.
I think that others can attest to this, but on a service trip, you find this moment. It's like a moment of clarity within yourself of why you're supposed to be there. It's really hard to describe, but you know you were supposed to be there, whether it's you touched someone or someone else touched you. I would have never imagined myself in this position because I am very quiet, introvert, but opportunities like this just allow me to grow, and I'm so thankful. If I could describe my service experience in one word, I would say impactful.
Heartwarming.
Worthwhile.